All right. So we will continue the Seder HaAvodah of Yamim Noraim and discuss now the Aseret Yemei Teshuvah in preparation for Yom Kippurim. So we discussed in the last shiurim that the importance of rebuilding the pipeline of the Sefirot in order for HaKadosh Baruch Hu to allow his or, right, his abundance to be showered upon the entire infrastructure of the Sefirot, and through that purify the Malchut, purify the Shekhinah that has been stained, that has been contaminated by our actions and wrongdoings, wrong thoughts, etc., throughout the year. So we say that on Rosh Hashanah we rebuilt the, if you will, the Kisei HaKavod, right, for the Shekhinah to come, for the presence of the Or and Sof, right, the Kedusha of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the box of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to come down and connect to the Malchut. Good? That was Rosh Hashanah. And we also spoke about the 10 days that each represents a Sephirah. So the first day was the Tikkun of the Malchut. The second day was the Tikkun of the Yesod, meaning when I say Tikkun, meaning we're rebuilding now the entire infrastructure, right? On Rosh Hashanah, it was to bring HaKadosh Baruch Hu to shift from Midat Adin and bring him to Midat HaRachamim. And for the Aseret Yemei Teshuvah, each day we rebuild, and we elevate the Shekhinah, right, on a higher level each day until we get to the 10th day, until we get to Yom Kippur, which is the Keter. So the first day was Malchut, the second day of Rosh Hashanah was Yesod, the third day, which is today, is Hod, right? Is Hod. Hod, we know also is Dinim. It's the din that is it's the highest concentration of dinim. This is also the reason, says the Ari HaKadosh, the Rabbi Chaim Vital in Sha'ar HaKavanot. This is the reason why Gedalia was killed today. This is the breach of the Bet HaMikdash, right? This is the concentration of all the dinim. This is why we fast today, and then the fourth day is going to be Netzach, and then the fifth day Tiferet, etc. Right? The ninth day is Chochmah. The 10th day is Keter. Says the Arizal also. In the Amidah we say Zochenu lechaim, right? Melech hafetz b'chayim. Remember us, right? When you think about us, when you look at us, remember us and put for life. Melech hafetz b'chayim, king who wants life and doesn't want to punish. He wants to shower abundance. He wants to shower love. Kotvenu b'sefer chaim, write us in the books of life. Lema'anach, so that we can serve you. Elokim Hayim, the God, the source of all life. If you count the words, there are 11 words. 11 words. Says the Arizal, also each word represents a day. So the first day of Rosh Hashanah is Zochenu, the second day is Lechaim, the third day is Melech. So today is Melech. Tomorrow is Chafetz, the day after Chaim, right? And the last day of Yom Kippurim, the last day of Yom Kippurim is Elokim Hayim. The two words of Elokim Hayim. It also represents, it's it's connected, correlated to the 11 Samimanim of the Ketoret that annul and push away the Klipot and push away the Dinim. Okay. This being said, during Aseret Yemei Teshuvah, so we already passed 2 days, right? We are rebuilding the ladder. Heve Omer, that on the first day we built the Malchut, on the second day we built the Yesod, today we are building the Hod, and what we are basically doing is taking the Shekhinah and pushing it forward, right? So it's, what is the Shekhinah? Is the presence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that I have an impact on, Kiviyachol, right? That I am responsible to protect. Yes, Andy.
Why does it go from the bottom up and the construction doesn't go top down? We finish with Malchut and we start from the top. As always, it worked.
Yeah, that is when you bring upon yourself abundance. But when you're pleading, right? And it depends from which side you look at it. If you want to bring something down to you, right? You're right. But right now, we want to be we're starting in minus. The Malchut, right, is after a full year of Averot. So we're in minus. So we need to bring it back up, okay? And we're going to see what happens on the 9th and 10th day. And then once it's all pure, then we bring it back down, fully and complete. Good? Okay. So every day through the Teshuvah, through the Selichot, through the Tefillot that we do, we rebuild for the Shekhinah, we rebuild for the Malchut, okay? A new step, a new level. And these will be the Sefirot, these will be the levels that will carry us throughout the year. So it is extremely important to build it as much as we can and to do the tikkun as much as we can of every Sefirah, so that throughout the year, we have the proper, so that throughout the year we have the proper pipeline to benefit the abundance of HaKadosh Baruch Hu from. Good? Until now, are we good?
Yes.
Okay. Now, as we said, on day 9, okay, if we count from bottom to top, we are going to be in the Chokhmah, right? And day 10, we enter the Keter. We know that on then the Sfirah, the Midat of the Chokhmah, right, is the source of all in the Sfirot of all the abundance of Chasadim, of Chesed, of mercy, of kindness that there is in the infrastructure. So it's a day where we rejoice, and it's a day where we reunite ourselves with all the Chasadim that there are that there is for us to take. This is why Erev Yom Kippur, we're going to eat, we're going to do a lot of meals, right? We are happy. We cannot fast, asur to fast, right? And we celebrate we celebrate, we do the kaparot, many meals, right? And Chachamim tell us that whoever is joyful and whoever has the different meals on Erev Yom Kippur is as if he fasted the 9th and 10th day. This is why it's very simple, because at that point, on that day, we have taken the Malchut, the Shekhinah, all the way to the source of all the Chesed, all the Chasadim. It's called the Har HaLevanon. Yes.
What should we do on the tikkun of each day?
Every day, Teshuvah and Tefillah and Tahanunim and Selihot. Every single day. Focus on rebuilding each day its specific it's a specific vessel, it's specific sephirah. Good? So until we get to Erev Yom Kippur, where it's an obligation to rejoin. It's an obligation, it's a mitzvah to appreciate and to enjoy, etc. Because at that moment, we are tapping into probably the highest possible level, except for Yom Kippur, in terms of the abundance that we can connect it to. So, Erev Yom Kippur is really a day that will determine, depending on the vessel, so that we will recreate or rebuild the amount of abundance we will be getting all year, that we can receive all year. Good?
It's incredible.
Yes.
Now, there's also Minhag Israel, very important Minhag, that on the day before Yom Kippur, we go to the mikveh. The reason we go to the mikveh Erev Yom Kippur is not for Erev Yom Kippur. It's because we cannot go to the mikveh on Yom Kippur. And on Yom Kippur is the tahara, is the moment once we enter into the room, into the quarters of the king, that presence, right? The second you enter his bedroom, you're with him, that presence, the fact that you're with him is in itself a purity. It's like you enter the waters of Gan Eden. The purifying waters of Gan Eden. This is why the Kohen Gadol, okay, on Yom Kippur, will go 3 times to the mikveh for the avodah of Yom Kippur. Hold on, I'm sorry. Good?
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, so the Kohen Gadol, right, will dip 3 times specifically for the avodah of Yom Kippur. He dips a total of 5 times. 2 times he dips for the Seder Avodah of the Temidim, the Korban Tamid of the morning and of the afternoon, and 3 times for the Avodah, the service of Yom Kippur, which we will get to later. But going back to the Tahara, right, to the mikveh that we do on Erev Yom Kippur, it is to prepare ourselves to the Avodah of Yom Kippur, and Kivyachol, we did Erev Yom Kippur for Yom Kippur. Since on Yom Kippur we cannot go to the mikveh. So the Keter, if you will, is the utmost level of purity, and purification, right? And the Erev Yom Kippur, it's all the abundance one can get and be subject to for the entire year. Good?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's discuss the 5 Einuyim. We know that on Yom Kippur, we are not allowed to eat, and that includes drinking, right? We are not allowed to shower, take a bath. We are not allowed to put ointment on the skin. We are not allowed to wear shoes that are made out of leather. And we are not allowed to have intercourse and intimacy with the wife. These specific Inuyim are for a very clear reason. So the Achila and the Shtiya is because the Achila is represented al pi asod by the Chokhmah. The Shtiya, the drinking, by the Bina. Since the Shekhinah, since we are now in the Keter, all the Sefirot under it are left, they were rebuilt, but are left empty, right? Because we elevated ourselves all the way to the Midah of the Keter. Yes.
Every time we fast, eating and drinking, it's like Chokhmah Bina or just on Kippur?
No, on Yom Kippur.
Today.
On Yom Kippur. No, only on Yom Kippur. Only on Yom Kippur. No, there is an impact from there to the Chokhmah and the Bina, but it's different. Here, it's a consequence. Because we are higher, right? And it's like we elevated ourselves all the way to the source of purity, which is the Keter. And we're purifying ourselves by being with HaKadosh Baruch Hu on the highest level possible alone, right? Therefore, everything that's all the infrastructure that's under it is left empty, right? So there is no light for the Chokhmah or the Bina, Kiviyachol, and therefore there is no room for Achila and Shtiya. Rechitza, showering, and Sicha and ointment are the Chesed and the Gevurah. The Netzach and the Hod is pretty simple. It's the shoes, right? It's the legs. That's why we don't wear leather. And intercourse is the Yesod. Good?
Yes.
For that specific reason, since there is no light or there is no presence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the regular presence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in those sefirot, therefore we refrain ourselves from enjoying of these sefirot's impact and influences on our lives. Good? So when we eat, Okay, we benefit from the chokhmah. We drink, we benefit from the binah. When we shower, we benefit from the chesed. When we oint ourselves with oil, the sikha, we benefit from the gevurah. When we wear comfortable leather shoes and beautiful leather shoes, we benefit from the netzach and the hod. And when we have intercourse, we benefit from the bracha of the yesod. Good? Now it makes a lot of sense why Chachamim chose those 5 inuyim. Although in the Torah there's only one. It's the achila, right? That's the only one that the Torah speaks about, and Chachamim learned from that one. What does it mean to make yourself suffer? And so it's Chachamim learned the other form. So when we refrain ourselves from eating, from drinking, etc., this void should not be a void that actually shifts your focus on the pain. It should be a void that is a result of you being with the king. And therefore, there is no room, or there is no time, or there is no desire, or there is no purpose for the rest. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's very important. You can be on Yom Kippur and focusing on, wow, I'm not eating, I'm not eating and I'm not drinking. And you know what? I didn't take a shower. Wow, And basically, what you're taking pride or feeling elevated by the fact that you're not eating or drinking. That's one way of looking at it. What we're saying here is that that's not the focus. The fact that I don't drink and I don't eat, etc., is irrelevant. Because the reason I'm doing this is because there's no time for it. There's no purpose to it. I am filled right now with so much desire, so much love, so much intense connection with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, with the Keter, with the King, that it's all the rest are it's not the item. It's not the item. When you talk to people, what is Yom Kippur? It's fasting, right? You cannot eat, you cannot for 25 hours. This is the item. No. The item of Yom Kippur is being purified for 25 hours, being in a mikveh tahara for 25 hours with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the item. When you're in the water, you cannot, if you're in the mikveh and you're inside the water, can you eat? Can you drink? Can you put oil on your skin? No, all this is irrelevant, right? Right now you're in a pure, you're with HaKadosh Baruch Hu being purified. That's the focus. And for that same specific reason, okay, now we can also understand something else. On Yom Kippur, Musaf, we're going to do Seder Avodah, right? We read the Seder of the day of the Kohen Gadol. And all the korbanot and everything is going to be doing that day. Now, the Kohen Gadol on Yom Kippur wears four begadim levanim. All the avodah, all the service of Yom Kippur needs to be done with white linen cloth, not with the golden cloth. And what are those 4 begadim? Pants, the robe, the gartel around his like the belt, and the hat. Okay, all of them were white. Now, if we know that the purpose of Yom Kippur is to bring purity, right, and allow that purity to impact and influence everything, now it makes a lot of sense. The pants, they're white. What does that represent? That represents the Netzach, the Hod, and the Yesod that are covered by the pants in white. The robe represents the Imaila'a, represents the Binah that always covers like a mother, her kids. And that's the robe covering the entire body of the Kohen Gadol. And the hat represents the Chokhmah. This is the impact of the day of the Keter. So once again, in the way the Kohen Gadol does his avodah, okay, we find the purpose of the day. The purpose of the day is to allow this white, this purity overflood on our entire essence. This is Yom Kippur. And why do we need to be pure? Because the purity is what directly, okay, washes off the averot that might be weighing against us, chas v'shalom. So the entire focus of Yom Kippurim is to, through Teshuvah and through the holiness of the day of Yom Kippur, beg HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be pure. Number one, so that there are no hatzitza, there are no separation between us and him. But also, there are no influence that will contaminate our thoughts and push us to do certain things or behave a certain way that we don't want to behave after the Chagim. So the source of clarity, transparency, purity that we need in order to elevate ourselves, to better ourselves, to have more clarity in life, to have a better vision in life, happens on Yom Kippur. This is the Seder HaAvodah of Yom Kippur. This is what Yom Kippur is about. It's all about purity, cleansing ourselves fully in order to now have a clean, pure vessel, pipeline, so that Be'ezrat Hashem, afterwards we can fill it up with the most amazing beracha that one each and every one can bring down. Any questions?
Exactly. So in order, when we are hungry, we should think that it's to control the desire and say, try not to get the mind into be hungry. Yes. and to be how thankful I should be to be in that situation with the king. So I should be happy I am hungry.
Yes, being hungry is a byproduct of the fact that I'm right now with the king. If you're sitting in a meeting and you're with the king Are you
don't
gonna
care.
are you gonna short the meeting and say shorten the meeting and say I'm sorry, King, and I'll see you next year. I'm hungry. I need to go eat. The opposite. You want it. You don't care about eating. You don't care about drinking. You don't care about nothing. You want this meeting to last as long as it can. That doesn't mean that you're not going to be hungry. But the question is, where is your focus? Is your focus on you being hungry and thirsty, or is your focus on being with the King?
Thank you.
Good?
Good.
So that's, if you will, again, from a high level, the approach and the mindset we have to have in preparation for Yom Kippurim and of Yom Kippurim. It's the buildup of all the vessels. Again, we're building right now all the pipeline for the entire year to come. Yom Kippur, we're purifying the entire pipeline. So in preparation to receive all the beracha for the year. Well, Ezrat Hashem. That's for this year. Ezrat Hashem, we will see more in detail the tefillot of Yom Kippurim, so that we have a better understanding also, which is also based on what we've learned for Rosh Hashanah, right? It's the same foundation, but it will be directed towards more specifics on Yom Kippur.
When are we doing this?
The Tahara, Be'ezrat Hashem. I'm sorry?
When are we